Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talks, small conversations with huge impact. Now exclusively on Spotify, powered by Spotify for podcasters. And my name is Alec. I am your host, and welcome to the show. If this is your first time listening, then I hope that you enjoy this episode. If you do, please don't be shy. Check out the other amazing episodes that we have here. And of course, if you are coming back for the end time, I want to say thank you. And I want to appreciate you for just being committed to grow and expand yourself, to learn more. And I cannot wait to share with you what we're going to talk about in this podcast. But before anything else, I am just really grateful that you guys are, of course, responding to my questions in the Spotify. So especially one, I really want to give a huge shout out to Arvin Relayo. And he said, "Thanks a lot for sharing your knowledge and wisdom. I'm one of your silent listeners and truly inspired in this episode. I just want you to know that you're the reasons why I make my own podcast." And I'm so happy, Arvin, that the podcast has been helping you. I'll be having a podcast masterclass next month. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Alec. And of course, be updated whenever I am posting, or if ever I'll be posting it in the latest episode of the podcast, or the link there. So that's where you can register. And so, yeah, okay. Now, for our episode for today, I want to share with you what I think is the fastest way to become more confident in life. Okay, the fastest way to build yourself, your self-esteem, okay, your confidence, and just build your momentum in your life, in success, in whatever it is that you are trying to reach. And I've been a big fan of affirmations and all of those things. And don't get me wrong, those things work. But at the same time, I also found something that maybe, a lot of you guys can also use in your life. And this is based on one tweet that I have read. Okay. And it's one of my favorite people of all time. I mean, right now, I'm just really consuming his content. This came from Alec. And he said, "You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubt." Now, I want to break that down. Okay. First of all, he said here, you don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror. Yes, and just to put out a pure disclaimer here, I do believe that change is still 38% language. So if you change your language, it will still matter, because your language is basically how you reprogram your subconscious and whatnot. However, changing your language or shouting affirmations is not enough. You still need to have that proof, okay? Or that, because let's just be honest and logical around this, okay? If, for example, if you ask me to create a podcast right now, I would say, yes, I'd be able to do that. Why? Because I have created 296 plus episodes in my lifetime. And so I have an undeniable stack of proof that I can create my podcast. Okay? If you would ask me to cook a carbonara, I may not be as confident as I am creating my podcast and cooking you a carbonara, and but because I've only done it a couple of times, right? And I don't have that proof that my carbonara is good. So even if I can cook it, I'm not sure that you would like it, right? So I'm not going to come into that confident. But if you have a stack of undeniable proof that you say you are who you say you are, then you would become confident. True confidence comes from progress. True confidence comes from progress. And progress can only be done once you have taken action. Okay? Second part here is what he said. By having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Having a stack of undeniable proof. It needs to be a stack. It's not enough that you just do this once. Okay, just do this twice and you're okay. It's not enough. It needs to be something that you have been doing for a lot of time. So when people are going to look at you and you would come in or ask you something and you would come into that and fulfill that ask, you would be so confident because you just know that you have done this more than you have ever expected. Or maybe you have done it a couple more than the average person has done it. Because if you've done it more than the average person, then most probably you are above average, right? Of course, the more work, the more effort that you put in there, the more you get better at it. So if you have a stack of, let's say, you've practiced 20 times in playing golf, let's say, right? On my 21st, I would come in there and I would become more confident compared to the person who's just there for like the second time. Why? Because I know for a fact that I have a stack, not just one time, not just two times, but a stack of undeniable proof. So how do you do this? Well, you do this every day. Creating content. If you say that you're not for content creation, then I ask you that if you have tweeted every single day for the next 21 to 60 days, then you would be able to tell yourself that you're a content creator or you're even a writer. Why? Because you have a stack of undeniable proof that you've been doing that for as long as you can remember. Okay? And so it needs to be a stack of undeniable proof. It's not just enough that it's one undeniable proof. It needs to be a stack. And can I tell you, how can you start this in your daily lives? It's by doing a morning routine. This is literally biohacking your mind. You got to be able to allow yourself to feel good. Okay? And I'll talk about in my next episode why feeling good is very important. But you need to feel good. Because when you feel, and the way to do that is you're going to hack your mornings. You're going to win your mornings. So that when you wake up, okay, and, it's 12 o'clock, it's lunchtime, before you can even eat your lunch, you would appreciate yourself because you have won your mornings. And if you can win your mornings, you're celebrating your mornings, you're in a good day, nothing could beat you. Okay, so one of the biggest hacks is wake up. Once you wake up, you don't hit that snooze button. Once you hit that snooze button, that's going to be like, I'm not responsible enough. Okay, that's what you're telling your mind every time you hit that snooze button. You're not capable enough of waking up on time. And most probably you don't have the discipline if you're clicking that snooze button. So, if you set an alarm, you make sure that you follow that alarm, no matter what it takes. Okay? And the last part here is that you need to do this so that you are who you say you are. The biggest and fastest way to gain confidence in life is to understand that confidence is all about integrity. If you can say something and do it and fulfill it, you would be so surprised of how many opportunities would come into your way. But you need to allow yourself to be to have a character of integrity. That if you say that you're going to be there at 1 p.m., you got to be there at 1 p.m. If you say that you'll finish this today, you would be able to finish it today. Why? Because when you say something and you do that thing, or you follow through with that, that becomes inspirational to a lot of people. For one main reason. It's you allowing yourself or stepping into the responsible version of you, the trustworthy version of you, the successful version of you, because as you say so, you would do it. And applying this to big goals, if you declare your goals, you have no choice but to make them come true. And if you do that, you'd be surprised not just with how many opportunities would come into your way, but moreover, there will be tons of opportunities that you would be able to maximize. How you do one thing is how you do everything at a certain extent. And so if you can be the person that you think you are and you say you are, once you set your mind into something precious for you, something that you're passionate about, it's going to be so easy. Because if in the small things we can follow you, we can trust you, definitely in the bigger opportunities, we could still trust you. So again, not just affirmations, but build that stack of undeniable proof. Outwork your self-doubt, says Alex. And if you outwork your self-doubt, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to see places that you never thought you could ever visit. It's going to be so freaking fun for you. And I'm really excited for you to do that. If you're someone who's struggling with confidence, you want to build yourself up, start with your mornings, win your mornings, and you'll win the day. Say something or say what you're going to do and then do it. That's the fastest way to build your trust in yourself. Put in the work and just see for yourself what better version will come out of it. And so that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Alec Cuenca. I will be sharing in the next episode on how we could basically manifest things that we want in life, because I want to share with you something. So thank you so much. Again, if you want to support the podcast, kindly buy a book down below in our ebook section, and some courses as well. I have a lot of upcoming events and workshops, so make sure that you're tuned in for that. So maraming salamat po sa lahat na nag-share on Instagram, on Threads, on Facebook. I appreciate you big time. And so yeah, my name is Alec Cuenca. This is Small Talk, Small Conversations with huge impact. Talk to you guys next episode. Peace.